We are currently facing severe climate change worldwide. Increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. 1990s frequent occurrence of extreme weather events like El Niño. 2000s onwards drastic increase in record-breaking heatwaves. Droughts, floods, and typhoons globally. Examples from 2023 alone. European heatwave, unprecedented high temperatures, causing thousands of deaths. Chinese floods, worst flooding since 1961, affecting millions of people. African drought, severe food crisis, leaving millions with food shortages. U.S. snowfall and heatwaves, simultaneous snowfall in the eastern regions, and heatwaves in the western regions. These events demonstrate the escalating severity of climate change. Is it so preposterous to say that the current climate change trend leading us towards a 360-day in a year? Here's a book that predicts a new world of 360 days a year. The name of the book is Jungyuk, The Right Changes, written by a Korean, Ilbu, meaning a gentleman, in 1885, and it is full of poems in Chinese characters. According to The Right Changes, a year has 366 days during the reign of King Yao and 365.25 days during the reign of King Shun. However, a great flood occurred during this period, and Gun's 9-year effort to control the flood failed. Later, Gun's son, Yu, succeeded in controlling the flood with his dedicated efforts. He passed by his own house 3 times during the 13 years and never entered it, devoting all his energy to the task. He later succeeded King Shun as the king. It is said that a heavy flood that lasted for more than 20 years caused 3/4 of a day to disappear. Then, it is inevitable that the current climate change is also a natural movement towards a 360-day year. If the Great Flood of that long period of time changed the number of days in a year, then the climate change that we see now all over the world may also be a movement towards a new number of days in a year, which is a tremendous change that is almost unimaginable, in which 5¼ days of a year disappear. And above all, there is an important fact to remember. Even though the people of that time must have had a difficult life due to the flood, ironically, history calls that time the Golden Age, the era of great peace and prosperity under Yao and Shun. Why did they call it the Golden Age of Yao and Shun when life was in need due to the heavy flood? After the heavy flood, they increased agricultural production, built flood control systems, and restored social order. These efforts led to a stable and prosperous life for the people. Yao and Shun practiced benevolent governance, setting an example for the people. They were sincere, diligent, and loved and cared for their people. Their moral leadership earned them the trust and respect of the people, leading to harmony and peace throughout society. The era of Yao and Shun realized an ideal society where all members fulfilled their roles and cooperated with each other. The people lived in peace and happiness, and society was stable and prosperous. So, just as the difficult time of the flood was called the Golden Age of Yao and Shun, shouldn't we also move towards a desirable and ideal society that is no less than that? Isn't that the core idea of the right changes? That talks about the right changes of nature and human beings? Let's change the world. Let's make the right changes. Let's make the right changes for the right world.